Hello and welcome to Wild Free and Tangled Fairy. We are going to read your full moon Pisces chart, okay? Let's get into it. First, okay, this chart is set for the 13th. So we have the moon here conjunct Neptune. So you know what it is. Fasting time. So that you can have clarity. Don't try to eat anything heavy. The moon rules the stomach and food. And so you need to juice. You need to be light on your feet. You're going to feel kind of out of it. I already do. I feel like I want to do nothing but chill. And I feel okay with that. I feel like letting everything go and going into like my dream world. You might feel like being super creative. After I finish this, I'm probably going to go record some music. I wish I had some canvas. I would paint. Like, this is just the energies, because there's a message most likely that needs to be channeled through you, and you need to move your mind completely out of the way. In order for you to get the most out of this full moon, you kind of have to let go and let God, especially with that moon right next to Neptune like that. It's about your higher self being more in control. Now, higher self is present. It's not controlling. And it's free. It's sextile here with Saturn. I don't know if it's sextile Pluto. I don't think. No. It's too far away. Pluto's too far away to be in that sextile. But I can check to make sure. Look at my astrology calendar. Okay. August, September, October, November, December. Oh, September. There we go. Moon in Pisces. Oh, yeah. It is sextile Pluto as well. Okay. So here we have this feeling like I forgive myself for criticizing myself, for being too hard on myself. I'm going to let myself off the hook. I know I have more work to do, but today I'm going to let it go. That's what that feels like. I'm going to let the universe work on me. You know, you've been kind of hammering at your wounds and hammering at your change and your self-care and trying to move yourself forward and be a better person. And sometimes you have to give yourself a break, because too much work on yourself can cause your body and your mind to get the message that something's wrong with you, and that's not how you want yourself to feel. Sometimes you have to let yourself be. And that's what this full moon in Pisces is about. Letting yourself be. Leaving well enough alone sometimes. And we have a hard time doing that in relationships. You can see if you have a hard time doing that for yourself, if you have a hard time doing that in your relationships. If you are always picking at your friends or your lover, and you're like, or you're around someone that's never satisfied, who can't just let you be sometimes. And they need perfection. They need purity. They're demanding. Well, during this full moon transit, let that go. Let all that slide. And we have an opposition here in Virgo with the full moon. An opposition between the moon and Mars. Okay. So there's going to be like some subconscious wounds of rage that need to come up. And all of this is about like perfectionism. You feeling like you haven't been perfect enough, or other people making you feel like you're not perfect enough. all of that rage and all of that hurt and pain from feeling like I'm not perfect enough to do what I want to do. Things have to be perfected. Not this full moon. It's not going to happen. And it's going to be a shedding of skin. And you might cry and you might be purging all of those tough feelings towards yourself and towards other people. Okay? And the full moon is going to be squaring Jupiter. Okay, so the moon and Jupiter kind of have a hard time not getting along. They get along very well. So even if it's a square, it's not that bad. Because Jupiter's like, oh yeah, I'm down. Let's chill. Let's eat. Let's hang. Regardless. Okay. You just have to kind of watch out for like overspending, overeating. That's why I'm saying maybe do a fast, like a good little fast. Wake up in the morning, and then fast till sundown and eat a light dinner, and give your digestive system a break. Do a really good spiritual bath, pamper yourself, and hang out with some friends. Enjoy your time. I offer on my Patreon page. Let me see if I can get to it. A space for us to do ritual. Wild, Free, and Tangled Fairy. Wild Fairy Friends, $11.11 per month. We'll get together and do live rituals, intuition parties. I should add belly dance to that as well. So tomorrow we'll be meeting up for full moon in Pisces twerking tarot ritual. We're going to be getting together. I have a manifestation circle that I made where you can allow yourself to write down the things that you want to forgive yourself of and let go. And put those things outside of the circle, and then you'll burn it. And we're also going to be doing Apsara belly dancing to allow your body to be re-energized after you let go. We'll be doing special herbal root work for our ancestors to help heal after Hurricane Dorian in the Bahamas. Oh, I sent it at exactly 5:55 p.m. So honestly, that's it, guys. This full moon is about self-forgiveness, and there just might be a bit of purging that you go through. And you might shed some tears. It would be nice to do that with friends and people that you trust and not be alone with yourself, which is oftentimes how we punish ourselves in isolation because we don't feel worthy and we don't feel good enough to be around people unless we're perfect. A lot of us have been limiting ourselves and putting ourselves in a cage, in a cave, thinking that we're not going to reemerge unless we feel better. And that's because we don't trust each other with our feelings. And with our wounds. Because of past experiences of people stomping on our wounds. The moon in Pisces is going to be sextile with Chiron. They're both going to be at 21 degrees. So this is definitely about self-forgiveness and healing of your values. Your values are going through a lot of changes. with Saturn and Pisces, with Saturn and Pluto and Capricorn. These are your traditional values, your personal values about work ethic, you know, and what your job actually is on this planet at this time. What is it that you have to offer everyone? That's going through a transformation. So it will be good for you to kind of re-merge and reconnect with yourself, with people. Not by yourself. Don't be by yourself. Okay? Don't and let go of being too hard on yourself. That's something that you can write out in your manifestation circle. I might have to add that manifestation circle worksheet to my website somehow. I'm going through a lot of changes as well, like learning what, reinventing what my purpose is, and learning to free myself. Like I don't necessarily enjoy coming out of the shadows either. Like I sharing my belly dancing with you guys, sharing my music and stuff with you guys. My Capricorn is in the 5th house. It's cusp on the 5th house. It's shared with Aquarius as well. And so I'm different. I know I'm different. I'm ancient, and I know that. And I'm sensitive, and I know that. And my heart's pure, and I have a lot to give. And people have hurt my feelings my whole life. I feel like this moon is especially for me, and I want to share it with you. I'm not going to hide anymore. And I don't want you guys to hide anymore either. So let's come out together. I'll talk to you guys soon. I love you. Peace.